Hello and welcome back. We are back in my world after a little bit of a longer break than was normal between my videos. So, welcome back everyone to the world of my little town here. And on my last video, I got a lot of great comments. So before we do anything else, I kind of wanted to go through and address those comments because they were really great suggestions. The first one had to do over here with the park that we worked on. So I had a comment suggesting to add some dirt around here, make it feel like people when they were swinging their legs. Wait, can you not? You can't make it into path blocks while there's that above it? You learn something new every day. Can I just take this off and then make a path block? Strange. Anyways, what we're going to do is we'll just put dirt here. We won't worry about path blocks. I'm thinking a bit of like tossed up dirt. So yeah, I think it feels a lot better now that it has a bit of dirt underneath. It feels like people have been swinging and they've gotten their feet all into the grass and dug it all up. So that's kind of nice. And then the other suggestion that person had was to put a bunch of stone buttons around as like little rocks. So obviously it wouldn't be just anywhere, the little rocks. I don't know, maybe there's a little rock there by the sign, right? Maybe there's a little rock over here. Maybe there's a little rock here. A little rock over there. That one's actually facing the same way. That one's not good. A little over there. I think that kind of looks nice. Just gives it a bit more life to the area. A bit more variety. Now, the other suggestions that I got were in relation to my truck yet again. So we're going back to the truck for the millionth time in a row. But one suggestion was to put darker stained glass on these edges to see if that would make it feel a bit different. The little like side view mirrors, which I'm not sure if I like. Again, everyone can put their comments into the comments and what they think about this, but I feel like it was better when it was lighter. Sometimes you get the wrong angle with that darker color and it just kind of blends in with the background and you can barely see it. Whereas I feel like this one, like it won't blend in with that background. It doesn't blend in anywhere over there. I feel like it's pretty good. Now, another suggestion was to bring these slabs back, and the one that I kind of liked was to put trapdoors on the edges here to give it a bit of a rounder look instead of just having those slabs. And I thought that was a really good idea. And I think it really does kind of make the truck feel a bit more rounded, which is what I was going for. And it looks nicer overall. But I actually highly suggest you put something in the comments related to my trucks that I can bring it up in the next episode, and this could be a never-ending journey. Or maybe people will stop recommending because they don't want to hear about it anymore. We'll see. Now, something that I've been working on in between videos, because I've had a lot of spare time where I wasn't necessarily available to make a video, but I was able to just play some Minecraft and I just wanted to get some stuff done. I worked a bit on the interior of this place. Now, the interior is not looking great of this area. I mean, it's literally just stone and I finished off the walls, but I made a little sheep farm here, which, I mean, sheep farms aren't exactly like, you can't really innovate on them. They're like the standard design of there's a little hopper minecart underneath, there's a shear thing, and then the observer on the grass block so it can see when they eat, and then it shears them. And like, that's pretty standard. There's nothing new, but the part that I had done, and I don't know if other people do it this way, but you can put grass up here on this level. You could also put it there, but then you can't see the sheep. And you can also put it down there. And all of those grass blocks, even the ones up here, will help this one grow faster. So I've kind of optimized it for as many grass blocks as possible to make this thing grow as quick as possible. So the sheep can then eat it quick, which is kind of cool. So a little bit of my design, maybe other people do it this way, but kind of cool. And then you could also put in the shears over here if it ever runs out, but it's just one little guy and he's working away. It's been a little while and he's only that much, but it's fine. And then over here is the outputs of a little creeper farm that I have. So we're going to go into free cam mode so you can actually see this thing. and it is 16 layers if I remember correctly, all the way down here. It's the kind of standard design. I'd used it previously, so I don't remember where the design originally came from. Sorry. But I just remembered it from the last time I had to do a creeper farm, and I'm not one to design new farms because I don't know, that's not usually my type of thing. Maybe in the future, but we've got the standard, they hate cats, so they spawn here and then they run away and then they fall down. And then I put some magma blocks down here to kill them. And then we've just got a little hopper minecart picking up all the stuffs. And then it's sending all that stuffs up all the way to the top where we had that chest. And it's really crap efficiency right now. You'd think 16 layers, it must be working great. But if you notice, there's a lot of caves here that have not been lit up. And my problem is I went caving. I mean, I've done a lot of caving, but it was, I guess, mostly over there. I ended up like the caves just kind of naturally brought me out in that direction. So I've been trying to focus my caving now, any that I do, which is not much usually, to this area around here so that the farm will do better, but it is what it is. Now, something else pretty big that I've been working on and maybe a little bit more interesting to my audience is I've been working on the next townhouse next to the one that I had worked on previously. It's essentially just a copy of the old one, but with new coloring. So I decided I want to go with a green building look because I thought it would look pretty, and it does. And so I did the green. I wanted, the same sort of like messed up block to give it a bit more texture so it wasn't just flat, because just flat green terracotta, as it turns out, does not look that nice. So I played around with some of the other green terracotta, because this is the lime green. There's also like, the normal green. And I also played around with the green concrete, but they were all too much of a contrast. And so when I tried moss, it was actually very similar color. And so it just gave a little subtle like feel. And if you want an excuse for why there's moss on the wall, it's because it's mossy, of course. Here's a bit of the back if you're interested how the back looks. I mean, it's pretty plain, but it is what it is. And then I popped in a little bit of orange at the top, and I thought that was kind of cool. Give it a bit of a flare. The orange goes well with that green there. And then because we're going with a bit darker colors over on this side as opposed to the very light colors of the one on the left, I decided to go with some spruce wood instead of the birch that we had before. So all the floors and interiors and stuff, all spruce all the way up. And then the interiors are like exactly the same as the other ones. So I kind of figured I didn't need to like go through that process with you guys because we had literally been through it before. It's just a new coloring scheme. But the thing that I want to work on today with you all is the next step, which is over here, which let me tell you about how convenient this was. I made this place over here. I placed it only because I needed it to be next to this power line. That was the only reason why I placed it here. I made this road. I had already dug out the canal. I made the road and everything, so it's not like this was going to move. And then I started planning out what the corner place was going to be because I wanted it to be a square. So I was like, okay, it's going to be just as long as that building, but the same width. So I measured it out. It was like this. And then the leftover space here was exactly 10 blocks, which is as wide as that one was. So it was perfect to put a second one. I didn't do that intentionally, but it worked out that way, which is pretty cool. So anyways, we're going to work on this place today. I'm going to do sort of the same that I did with the townhouse, where I'm going to make a bit of a skeleton or maybe it'll be more like a facade today. We'll kind of see. I'm going to go through some sort of process, not fully finish it, but I'll bring you guys in through kind of the steps that I got. So I guess before I actually go into building the facade, I'll show you guys a bit of just the color scheme that I think I was going to go for. So I'm thinking about some stone bricks here. It's going to be kind of a bricky building. I'm thinking about also mixing in some regular stone into it. I want to differentiate it from this road here, which is going to have the same stone bricks. So I'm hoping to really pull in that smooth look with this. So it really differentiates it from the chaos that is the cobbled stone street. And then up above, I'm thinking about some sandstone and some stripped birch. They kind of go hand in hand. This gives you, I don't know, a sort of nicer color. I almost wish they had some sort of stone that was like limestone. It was, I don't know, sort of like a mix between that, but like a stony color. I don't know. I have dreams for what Minecraft could add in the future, but since it's not here, we're going to make it those colors up there and probably something along. And it's going to be a bit different. It's not going to be a townhouse, this corner place. I'm thinking about maybe a restaurant or some sort of shop, if not a restaurant, you know, a little store, maybe a convenience store or a little tourist shop or, you know, something that would people stop by in this nice corner. You know, it's a prime spot on the corner. So that'll be all on the first floor. And then it'll be kind of typical for like a downtown, you know, type shop building where, oh, sorry for the rain. I'll get through this quick. The floors above it will be actual like living space. It'll be like an apartment up top. So you've got the shop slash restaurant slash whatever I decide, and then you've got the sort of living space up above. And I think that's going to look pretty cool once I'm done with it. So I will get started with it and then show you guys how it's going. So I've been working hard on my builds. I got the whole facade done, essentially. I mean, you can see that there's nothing inside. I decided to add some orange sort of on a whim. I was trying to figure out what to put in these windows. I knew I kind of wanted some sort of trapdoor. I remembered the acacia had, you know, some nice holes in it to make them look nice. So I was like, okay, I'll try that wood. I was like, well, I don't know if I like how the orange stands out, but it won't stand out if you just make more of the build orange. So that's kind of what I did. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to write anything on this sign because it's supposed to be a sign, you know, it draws your attention straight to the color, of course. So they're going to display like the name of the place down here, you know. I still don't know if it's a restaurant or a shop. So I'm still figuring things out, but you know, the name of it would be down there or maybe some advertisement or something for that store. And then these are going to be like little apartments. And I was thinking maybe each one could be a different apartment or they're part of the same apartment. It's like a mega apartment. I don't know. But it's got little balconies out. And I could have done the balconies on the same level or all the windows or whatever, but I decided to kind of spread them out, and maybe I'll change my mind about that later. But we've got a little door up here, which looks practically the same as the trapdoors. That's kind of cool. I'm going out to this balcony, same down there. These windows are slightly longer than the top ones to give a bit of variance there. Lots of windows at the bottom for, you know, people to see into the store slash you know, restaurant here. You can see in and see what people are eating or shopping for or whatever it ends up being. And then I kind of wanted to go for that, you know, smooth stone and brick look, but then I ended up adding this, the andesite like bricks, and I really like those. And then I had that with the stone, which you can still see some of it kind of remaining the stone. But then I added a bit of this, the tough blocks, and it made it really pop. Especially if you look from far away and you can't see quite as much details, the darkness of the tuff in between like the andesite blocks, it really gives this 3D effect from like far away, which I think is really cool. And something else kind of helping with the 3D effect, I don't know if you guys can see at the top. You probably haven't noticed it because it's really small detail, but all the way up here is a bunch of iron trapdoors, which when viewed from above probably doesn't look the best. But when you're looking at it from the side, which is the most obvious viewpoint, it's just got this sliver of like sheen on top. It just makes it look like the top of the building is like really shining as the sun is coming straight on it, which obviously it isn't right now because it's about to be nighttime, but like, you know, that's the idea. Kind of give it a bit more of a glow almost. So sort of next steps is that I'm going to start working on this interior because there's literally nothing here. Fill it all out, decide what this space is, decide if I want to separate into 2 different apartments or just one or how I want to do that. But I'm going to work on all of this. I might not detail everything quite yet. I might just bring you in after I've got like the room layout and stuff like that. Or maybe I'll do it all. I don't know. But I will bring you guys in when I am on to the next step. So I've been working hard on this building here, and I've got a bit of not a full interior done, but all the rooms kind of laid out. So we're going to go through it just very quickly, and I can show you all what I've been working on. So down here on the first floor, I've decided that this is going to be a restaurant. So this will be the dining area out here, and we've got this spruce logs that are stripped because I thought it looked really nice. And then everywhere else is just going to be the spruce planks because I like the color of it, but I figured we could go a little expensive on the dining room floor area. And then over here is going to be the kitchen. So we've got a kind of classic kitchen floor. That's the black and white. I don't know. It's just kind of classic of what you would think about. And we'll fill that with stuff that looks like kitchen utensils and oven and I don't know, whatever stuff you would have. And then this is how you get up to the other floors because unlike the townhouses that we had over here where we had like a doorway on the outside, which I suppose I still could do if I brought out the doorway over here, but I made it so you had to go in through the restaurant and then over this way, which is, it's fine. You come up here and then here's the first apartment area. So we've got just walls laid out. It's very tall, so this is kind of like a premium apartment, though you're not on the top floors. Maybe it's not premium because of that, but it's premium because of the height. So you've got some nice outlook over here. And again, if we wanted to, we could add balconies on either side, but we're just keeping it for one on each side for right now. And then if we go up even further, we've got the second area, which is slightly less tall, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to put some spruce slabs up here, which is going to shrink the space a little bit more, but I think it'll be fine. I just don't want to see this, which is the roof of the building. It doesn't look very nice for where people would be living, having like a rocky roof. So, and then we got the balcony out here that goes this way that you can see a bit more decorated stuff right now, but obviously there'll be stuff in the other direction in the future. And then the last place that you can go to is you can go up this ladder at the end and you can head up to the roof area. And so I might try to decorate this just slightly, just give it a bit of, texture and stuff to make it not look so flat. But obviously, I mean, most roofs are flat. Like these flat roofs, they've got some things on them, but they're very plain because people don't really see them. And if we're walking around in our world, we won't see them either. The only way we'll see it is if we're flying around. And I try to avoid doing that if I can. I like the view from down below. So I'm making pretty good progress here. And I've actually got one little last thing before I get back to work. So I've made some banners here for a little bit of display for this restaurant. And this side over here will say pasta! Exclamation point. And then over here it says pizza! Exclamation point. The exclamation point's just because it needed to be even with the windows. And, you're trying to really sell your restaurant. And so, restaurants got that where it's like, telling you the type of food that's there. So I was thinking of a little bit of an Italian restaurant there, which pizza is maybe a little too, I don't know. It might not quite fit, but that's fine. They make pizzas there. It's just not their main thing. Pasta's the main thing. And then the sign over here, eventually I'm going to try to fit some sort of name for this place. I would love recommendations from you all about names and ways that I could actually fit a name up there on that sign because I'm not sure how to fit it, but I would love to not just leave it blank. And I think it'll look very nice. But I'm going to get back to adding some details inside and on the roof, and I'll be back. So I've just about finished things up here, at least as much as I want to get done today for this video. So I put some little shrubberies around here. I did some interior, which you'll see in a second. And one of the highlights of my new details is these little towels coming out from the apartments because I thought, I don't know, it just needed a little bit of something. And it kind of felt right. And it gives it a little bit more color and a little bit more feel to it, which is pretty cool. And then up here at the top, I made it real simple. Like I said, I didn't want to go too complicated up here. So we got these giant air conditioning units up here, and little things connect them up. And yeah, so pretty, but at least it isn't plain. That's all I wanted really, was just something so it wasn't totally blank. And then here's where the meat of the work has happened. In here, we've got now the whole restaurant done. So you've got the little, I don't know what you'd call this, you know, where they stand behind and they take your, you know, how many people you have, and they go, okay, I'll go find you a table, and hopefully it's not more than 4 because this place can only fit 4 people at a time at a table, unless you want to like split up your party between here and here. Like, can't drag the whole booth across. So I don't know. It's fine though. It's Minecraft. So we've got that. We've got all these booths down here, just a few on this side because this side actually is slightly wider, just by 1 block, and also it doesn't have doors on it. So we were able to put that in. And then over here in the kitchen, I've really liked how I did this. So I made these, they're like the industrial lights, you know, you see the beams, the little rods of light. I don't know, again, I'm terrible with words, but you all know what I mean. So that's kind of going up there. We've got a bunch of ovens and stoves and whatever's, you know, combo things, and then some little vents. So when you're cooking up a storm, you involve vents on out, which is kind of cool. A little bit of cabinetry, a little bit of storage for all their food that they have here. You got a little bit of bread, a barrel full of carrots or something, you know, that sort of feel. And then I have not yet done any of these apartments up here. I've decided I will do it another day because this project has already taken a while, and I kind of want to just finish up this video, and I don't know, maybe next video we'll work on it, or I'll just do it in between videos. We'll see. But now, before I finish off this video, I just wanted to add some little things. I'm getting very close to 500 subscribers, so I just wanted to say thank you to you all. It feels so nice to have so many people wanting to watch me build this fun kind of stuff in my little world here. And the other big news is that I was invited to join an SMP, Lucid SMP, so I'm going to be trying that out for a bit. We're going to see how the server is, how it is, you know, playing with a bunch of people that also love Minecraft just as much as I do, which I think is going to be a lot of fun, to be honest. And I just want to clarify that does not mean that we're going to forget about this world here. I'm going to continue working on the little town. I've still got inspiration for what goes further down here and around as I expand outward. So we're definitely not leaving this behind, but because I only have so much time in my life, you know, this is a hobby of mine. I'm going to have to now split the time between this world and the SMP world. So I hope you all are excited about that, because I sure am. And I will see you all next time.